a lot of space.
Right,
It's just a wall. You know what I'm saying? So
man.
anyway, let's go ahead and do the drop.
Absolutely.
All right, yo, welcome back to Twin Podcast.
I
I'm
don't
your
even know what
host,
y'all was talking
Joel.
about.
This nigga.
Right in the middle of the drop.
We just jumping the drop. Walt was
Yeah,
just
I
talking
don't know what y'all was talking about.
when you joined the conversation. Walt was telling me that Trader Joe's has a policy where you can't tell people not to bring dogs in the store.
Facts.
And I was like, this is
You
a
can't
white-owned
question
Man,
space,
that's why
so
I don't
they.
fuck with Trader Joe's.
you
Yeah.
can't question them about
But I
this.
was like, this is like, and I've told him I think Trader Joe's is where cancel culture started, but I digress. Anyway, so I'm just saying, like, oh, welcome back to the Twin Podcast. I'm your host, Joel Morris.
It's your favorite host, Louis the 15th.
And it's your most beautiful host, Walter Riddle. What's up? How you doing?
And that's the end of the show. This nigga lying already.
What you mean lying already? You see this teeth? Man, look at
Yeah,
this
man, look.
Colgate.
Hey,
Teeth
Walt, go
white,
ahead,
though.
man.
That's a man. Why,
Stun
man?
on him.
Why?
Do you, Queen? Do you?
Word.
Yes.
Let him do
Yeah.
Period.
Period.
Hey, look. When I come back, when I shave my beard and I come back when my nails did, all right.
Oh,
Did
man.
support me,
Shut
though?
it down.
Are you gonna
Hey.
support me though.
All you gotta do is hit
Real
flex,
question.
hit flex for the number. Look right for the summer, nigga.
Oh, you already know I got flex. All right, flex with me.
Get that lipo, you be ready.
They got a surgeon right behind him.
Yeah.
Hey, yo, honestly, like, you know how they made fun of, or they made plastic surgeons out to be like these monstrous type of people, but I just see nothing but benefits for them.
Well,
Yeah,
you know
we
what?
did that.
Surgeons, in a weird way, because I understand what you mean. There was an attempt to make surgeons predatory,
Right, like
meaning like they
all
make a
plastic
living off
surgeons
the
are just like-
insecurities of women.
Right. You know, and it was just it was this perception, and I want to say it mainly came from Nip Tuck. Like that's
No,
I remember,
it
like,
Nip
that
Tuck,
area.
and there was also a movie with David Schwimmer about the dude who invented the breast implants.
Well, I mean, it's David Schwimmer, so
But no, in the movie, like he was like, he invented these things, and he was like, yeah, people are gonna, and people, everybody gonna want that shit. And of course, they start taking off. But in the earlier versions of it, they had like when they would bust, they would lump into the woman's breast and shit. So David Schwimmer, he made a fortune off of these joints, right? So he's at this function and this like thing, and this woman walks up to him, and he's thinking it's a fan because women always want him to sign their breasts. He done lost his family because he be cheating all the time. You know how I go.
I mean,
He give her some big titties, then he hit. That's how he was living his life. So, but it fucked me up because this woman walks up to him at this like charity or function or something, and she just lifts her shirt up, and her titties have like all these lumps, and like because her implants exploded or some shit, right? And it was just like, and he was just like, ma'am, but she's like literally like, this is what you did to me. This is what you did. I'm like, you signed a waiver.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But it was also she was trying to sue him. So there's a lot of women who were suing him because they had like, and I don't even think he did that surgery. It was like he was like the GOAT with the surgery.
Poster child.
But like somebody, of course, it's a medical procedure now, so other doctors are going to do it. And I think she's just like, so you just blame, it's like if I don't know, it's like exactly. So I remember that part in the movie, but I know what you're talking about, Walt. There was this moment where like I think Nip Tuck and all these different shows kind of created this perception of these surgeons.
It's like a hyper perception of it.
And what was that show that used to be on MTV?
Botched?
No. That's
another one. Though.
That's too modern. That's like when the surgery gone bad. But there's a show on MTV where they used to have people come in and they would get surgery, and they would just talk
True
about.
Life?
I feel like it may have been True Life.
Because True Life had a couple episodes where there was like, yo, I'm trying to like buy an ass or whatever like that.
Exactly.
In 07.
Yeah. But they would go into the doctor's office and I don't know. I don't know. It's like, it's very weird because it's like, anytime you can say like somebody, love yourself, love your body for who you are, there's always gonna be a woman who's like, no, I want big titties. And I'm gonna go get them. Like, and is that the doctor's fault? Is he gonna give them to her? Like, you know what I'm saying?
No,
like,
exactly. It's like, but because Cardi is a great example of that. Like, she has said herself, she was like, look, I was working in an environment that favored larger breasts. I was like, all right, cool. I started working in an environment that favored a larger ass, so I went and got that too. Like
Yeah,
it's just work at this point. Like,
yeah. This is
and
before. This is before you could be body positive with a Instagram post, like. Because Cardi could have
right,
fought her. She could have fought her war. She could have said, "No, I'm gonna rock these
mm,
small titties and do me. I'm gonna rock this small ass and still do me." She could have fought in
nah,
that landscape with her
no,
body,
she said
but
she
she
wants his money.
chose
Nah, she bought her
exactly.
bread though.
She
Yeah,
chose to arm herself with the tools that were utilized in that space.
and now look at us.
We so knee deep in it, bro. These filters, the search. I don't
Like,
know what's going on IG no more. Honestly, I really don't.
is IG good still? Because
Oh,
I keep seeing these commercials, and I'm like, I'd never noticed that Instagram like promoted.
Do you know who?
the commercials.
Yeah, like they got commercials on Hulu. I'm like,
No, they
Oh,
do. They
wow.
do. Do you know who Dixie D'Amelio is?
Dixie Diablo.
Charlie D'Amelio. So
nah.
apparently, so I just found out who these girls are like a couple weeks ago because St. John dropped this album, and this young white girl, he was live with this white girl. She named I think
Oh,
Dixie D'Amelio,
yep, and
and it
she's a
turns out
YouTuber. Oh my
she's
god,
the most
they look
famous
like
person
two
on TikTok.
Kardashians.
But she blew up because she stole this one black girl's dance, went on Ellen for it, and then I started to
Oh,
remember who she was. 'Cause I remember there was some buzz about her a couple like a year or so
but
ago.
the white girl's taking the black
Yeah, she
girl's
took the black. Now
dance.
she brought the black girl on Ellen later on to be like, yeah, I copied the shit, but she still took all the juice from that shit. So now she's the most followed
Mm,
person on TikTok, and she recently lost a bunch of followers because she was having dinner with James Charles, and she was kind of being like a spoiled white girl at the dinner. She was like spitting out the food, saying she didn't like it. The chef
that
was there, so people. So she
James
lost like
Charles.
uh 500,000
He was
followers.
born
James Charles is the makeup
one.
dude, the gay dude.
Oh, okay.
James
Yeah,
Charles, he's a piece of shit.
Yeah.
yeah. I
Wait,
mean,
no,
people.
that's the kid. I'm thinking of Jeffree Star. Jeffree Star, piece
Yeah,
of shit.
Jeffree Star. Yeah. But anyway, it was interesting because I didn't know who these girls were, right? And I'm like, yo, son, this girl has a whole career because she copied a black girl's dance. And like she
Yeah.
can't be stopped now. She has like her and her whole family is on. She has almost 100 million followers on Insta or TikTok. And it's just wild, bro. All she does is like, and no, I'm not gonna lie, TikTok has given white mediocrity a stage again. Because all you gotta do is do this. to some, all you gotta do is this. That's all you gotta do. And it's like, I don't
Still,
know,
some
bro.
niggas invented that shit.
Bro, but it's fucking me up because TikTok really got people thinking they talented, bro. I'm like, no, nigga, you are copying a dance someone else did from a song someone else made. And only thing, probably
Oh,
your shit only gonna pop because you probably got some like, cause you cute or something. Like it's like,
You want to know what's funny? She has a song with Wiz Khalifa.
get the fuck.
who?
I'm not even surprised.
Because they're
Never heard of
sisters.
it.
Diamolo, One Whole Day featuring Wiz Khalifa.
Yeah.
Not surprised.
Everybody was hit hard during the quarantine. Wiz needed money too. It's like when I seen Gucci pop up in that Logan Paul video, I was like, hey, he fresh out. He just needed a bag real quick.
Nah, that's different.
He just needed
He just needed a bag
Also,
real quick. I just saw
have y'all seen
Stunner
have you seen
Vegas.
Spring Breakers?
Oh, the joint with
Oh.
James Franco, the Harmony whatchamacallit film. Nah,
Yeah, it's a decent film. Anyways,
it's got Selena in it, right?
yeah,
Yeah, no, I
It's
saw it. It's
Gucci.
like he makes weird movies though. I think he's the one who did Elephant, which is about a school shooter.
Oh shit! Well,
Is it Gus Van Sant? Who's the filmmaker, the director's name of those? I think it's Harmony. But I feel like James Franco based his character on that. Who's that white dude who said tiptoeing in my Jordans?
from
What?
Florida, Riff Raff.
Who's yeah?
Oh,
I
Riff
feel like
Raff, Riff Raff.
James Franco was like channeling his inner Riff Raff when he made
Yeah,
that
no, I can
movie.
definitely see that.
Mhm.
I forgot all about that now. Anyway, yeah, I never heard of that Dixie D'Amelio chick.
But that's just crazy. Like she has like 100 followers on her platform, and I found out about 2 weeks ago. I just told y'all niggas who she is. But it's just like, I don't know, man. I was like, I was looking at her this week and I was just like, because, you know, she's losing the follower. I don't know. It was just like,
she's 19. Like she's not a person yet.
She's mad young. She's mad young.
She's not a.
But I'm just like,
nah, she's not a person.
But if I'm supposed to excuse ignorance because she's young, then you shouldn't have 100 million followers because you're also young. There should not be you should not have the ability to influence or be in 100 million people's lives. If I'm supposed to give leeway to and this other girl, what's her name? I can't forget.
All right, the child whites. There are too many of them between the Paul brothers.
No, there was this white girl.
Yeah, there's a lot of them, bro.
Who went viral?
We just. Oh, it's like Game of Thrones now. Like whoever just your family.
This shit.
It's your family name. That's it.
Here she is.
Logan of the House of Paul.
Logan of the House of Paul.
Y'all can read that headline, or is it backwards?
Influencer who sold a naked video. Oh.
Hold on.
Yeah, there's this white girl who's like an influencer. She sold a video of herself as a child naked. Basically, she distributed child pornography. And she's on this video pretty much like crying, saying how she was detached from reality. She wasn't even thinking about it that way. And she shared it. And so people in the comments was going in because it was like, no, you wasn't detached from reality. You trying to detach yourself from them charges. Anyway, so she's another white girl who's getting canceled this week. And I saw this other video where this white kid killed his neighbor because of TikTok.
Yo, that shit was real?
I think so.
What?
I think so. I saw it.
I saw the headline. I was like, that's so bullshit. Get this YouTube video out of the way. Like,
I watched it. I don't know. It looked like a real report. I don't know. So I'm just, like I said, man, I don't know, man. TikTok is dangerous. That's all I can say.
Fame is dangerous. These kids need to realize that just because you on this app don't mean like your life is over or you won't amount to anything. Like,
but it does when you're 19, bro.
Nah, man.
It just does. It just means that now.
No, it can't.
To them, it does.
It can't, man. Somebody got to scream into the nether to let them know, like, yo, like all this bullshit is bullshit. Like you don't even realize that you're eating cookies. Yeah, like you don't
I
realize
like
what
that.
it is.
Yeah, but that's like a big ass high school. You know what I'm saying? Like
you can't
when
distinguish
you in high school.
Lou's right. You can't compartmentalize. Like we grew up without this shit and saw it come in. We didn't grow up with it.
We still fucked up with it.
That's what I'm saying. We still be fucked up on it. So it's like if they are in it, like it's such a like that's what I'm kind of realizing. Like we could segue a little bit into the Red Table Talk because I just want to talk about Willow. I feel like Willow's the one who wanted to do this. I'm not.
You see the joint?
No, I didn't watch the whole thing. I saw the clips. I just love how Gammy was going in.
He was not
Gammy
with that
says,
shit at all, bro.
Gammy was like, she's like, you gonna be all right, bro. You gonna be all right, white girl.
Yeah.
Fine. You'll be all right.
But the part where I'm looking at it, I'm like, Willow looking like
Mortified.
yeah, and it fucked me up because Willow was like the black community shunned me and Jaden. I was like, first of all, y'all don't even know that many niggas. What you meant to say was Black Twitter came for y'all a couple times. That's what you meant to say.
Black community shunned us.
But the Black Twitter is not the black community. We just said it. Walk that shit. Is it? No, it isn't, bro. It's like,
I mean, no,
dude.
How the ass though?
But that's it. It's the
when we roast, it is
compartmentalizing that you need to do. Like
no. When we're roasting people, it is. But Black Twitter,
when we
for
support
most
people,
other things,
it is too.
When we support people, when we roast people, there's certain elements of it that you could say is a portion of the black community. But it would shock y'all how many black people don't have social media.
No,
like,
facts.
Yeah,
Facts. Like
a lot of numbers, like
the community at large that would actually know or give a damn about Willow and Jaden Smith is low. All right,
I'm willing to say Black Twitter is a representation of suburbia black America.
And suburban black people did not want them weird ass
niggas.
All right, we don't want them niggas here.
Look, but that's what I'm saying. Like, but I just like to say you guys shove out a black community. I'm like, I need you to at least give me 3 black people in person who said some shit to you that was out of pocket.
Oh man,
that ain't
like,
Jay-Z and Beyonce and they
And it ain't
kids.
some random avatar of a picture of a black man that could be a bot. Like, I need you to tell me, and they can't be your family. Like, it can't be your granddad's like, Jaden, take that dress off. I can't. That's not the black community. That's your granddad. That's your granddad, Jaden.
Jada, take that dress.
You know, because I know that's who it was. Because you see how Will Smith talks about his pops. His pop was like that real patriarchal military motherfucker. Like, even Will was like, yo, when that nigga died, I got free. Like, he said that shit on the Rap Radar interview. So I'm like, so he was obviously this very patriarchal figure in Will's life, and Will is not that knee deep into it. You know, he's letting his kids breathe, and I'm like, I'm not mad at that. Like, Willow and Jada are like free. They got access to money. They got access to anything they want. They're good, right? And I'm just like, it's kind of like, but I want to bring up the point where I'm like, I can understand, because Gammy's point was, why is she coming to us?
Exactly.
And she's coming to us because of the optics of it, right?
Mm-hmm.
These three black women. It's like when Tom Cruise went to Oprah.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the black woman going to.
Should have taken your ass to Barbara Walters.
She gonna get you. She gonna chastise you, and it's the same reason Snoop went. You know what I'm saying? It's the same. Snoop did his thing about Gayle King. Said, "Can I call her one? Called her funky dog bitch," and then he showed up with the turtleneck.
With the turtleneck
On the red table. And that's what Jada was like, when you say what you said, Will, I feel like you was talking to me, but he's talking to me. And Will, and look, Snoop had the glasses over the turtleneck. Snoop was like, I didn't mean to do anything.
Right.
For shizzle, gramizzle, I apologize.
So for me, you showed up for the same reason Snoop did. You know what I'm saying?
She said it.
Yeah, it's
she
like
said it in the interview.
Exactly. So, and I think it's funny because it's Kanye when he was in that Chicago breakfast show, that morning radio show, he's crying and shit, and all the black women are around him. And then it's just like, you know, and it's like, and black men would be like, yo, Kanye needs some black women in his life. That's what we would say when we see Kanye wilding.
Yeah. Right.
And we just be like, yo, he needs some sisters. He needs some black people. He needs some people in his life that's just going to keep it 100 with you. So when she came to the red table, I respected Gammy's position because Gammy's like, look, I remember when these motherfuckers used to spit at us. So I'm really not trying to elevate this white girl's consciousness, or at least for her to, it's kind of like that black square everybody shared on June 2nd. I'm going to go to the red table talk. I'm going to get talked to a certain way because they black women. And I'm going to leave out of there a vindicated individual.
Right.
No more work to be done on my own personal growth.
Oh man.
Like, and Gammy was perceiving that. She was like, no, I don't want to, like, I don't want to be a part of this white girl getting to just be a white girl with privilege for a little bit longer. Like, I understood that shit. And then it's like, and then there's even the notion of now her name is more recognizable because now she's Aunt Becky's child before. Now I know her name is Olivia Wade. So
I was gonna call her Jade. I'm just, are you better than me?
But this is to me, this is the beginning of her. Now she's gonna be getting followers off of this. You know, she basically started her clout career off of this. And I'm just like, but then Jada, I understand Jada be trying to get these views, bruh.
Didn't they try to like expand the red table talk though?
What'd you say?
Didn't they try to expand it? Like there was gonna be some white lady host.
No, I think that was like a spinoff. I think that was like a Spanish family spinoff or some shit.
Okay, yeah, because I'm just like, what is this?
That I don't give no fucks about.
I don't. Yeah.
But I watched that whole joint, and the funny part is,
you watched the whole thing, Lou?
I literally watched the whole like hour, and the funniest part about that is I'm looking at the timer because I'm like, okay, the podcast is about to start. So 20 minutes left. Yo, Gammy grandma did not smile until literally 15 minutes into the joint. And she just looking at Olivia the whole time like, this dirty bitch. What's she doing here, man?
No, I know. I saw it, man. I saw it in the memes, nigga. Like, so what'd you take away from the whole interview watching it? Like,
I'm gonna say this. First of all, she has a career. She's one of them YouTube like makeup and beauty stars. So she had a clout. But She's very well media trained. I'm gonna say that off the bat because the way she's answering these questions and she's talking to the three of them, it's like, yeah, I feel like they had a list of questions that like that they was gonna hit her with. He's like, okay, Olivia, this how you gotta respond to this, and then don't ask for pity, but also defend yourself just a little bit, because there was a part where she was like, oh, I wasn't a shit high school student either. I worked hard in high school, and I felt like I busted ass in high school, but what my parents did was still wrong. But yeah, and then of course, they do that thing where they talk about, oh, I went to go and help some underserved communities and hang with some less privileged kids. And I'm just like, I get it. I get it. Of course, you're gonna be perfectly fine, but I just find it hard to care about your fucking parents doing 6 months in prison. Like, you know what I'm saying?
I
And
wanted
it's
them to
not
do
like they
longer.
suffering.
Got the black woman in
Yeah,
Texas
like,
who changed her address and doing 5 years for it.
So yeah,
bro,
no, because what they
2
did was
months.
legitimate fraud.
No, it was legit fraud.
100%.
Legitimate fraud.
Did it for her
And
sister
Like,
too.
there
they both
are
in
people.
USC.
Yo, how you got people locked up in Rikers right now because they have bail money because they had 2 blunts on them?
Man, there's
Yeah.
2 systems out here.
And the House just voted to legalize this shit. I'm like, free my niggas. Free all my niggas.
Free
I need every black person freed. I need us free,
God.
or we gonna burn this bitch down. I can't do it no more. I really can't do it no more, yeah.
Just like Nate Parker, he has the.
I'm willing, bro. Black people about to go Joker, bro. If I can't have it, nobody will, nigga. We burning the money. We don't give a fuck no more, dog. Like, you can only push niggas but so far, dog. Like, come on, son. This shit is going to it's fun. But to the Lou's point, like, I have zero. I don't even think these 3 dope black women, Jada, Gammy, and Willow, they can't even create an iota of empathy or sympathy for this white girl.
I don't give no fucks about
They can't do it. Like, literally, and if I see her cry,
she ain't cry. That's good.
I'm glad, bro. She
didn't
can't.
She know what's up.
I think Gammy would have smacked her. And I would have been totally, I've been like, yeah, look, sometimes you gotta put hands on people, bro. Cause that's one thing I don't know, man. I don't like, I'm with Gammy. I just didn't like any of the reasons this was happening. I get it, Jada. You clout chasing. I understand. You got the blonde frizzled hair and all that shit. And Willow, you probably really feel sorry for this girl because you're empathetic to her class status. You know what I'm saying? Your parents are Will and Jada. You're not sure what you got because they're your parents. You know what I'm saying? She's not sure what has come her way because they're her parents.
But the thing is, like, we can at least gift her with that thought. I can't gift Olivia with this thought. Like, she hasn't even considered, like, maybe my parents did do something X, Y, and Z that they may not be proud of in order for me to have the life that I have. So it's like, if anything, the community service should have been going back to her old school and saying, you know what, ask your parents.
She's not the one being charged, though. I mean, she's being charged in the eye of the public.
She was saying that she didn't know her parents even did it, which I thought was bullshit.
But that's the thing, though,
you know damn well you don't deserve to be at USC.
As a young person, and you in that class status, and you hear, like, you might be 2 degrees away. You were like, hey, yo, like, I don't go to her school, but her school's in my district. Like, what's going on the fan? If you have the kids, press the parents, which they're not going to have. But that would have done more as far as the conversation and the type of change that she is alluding to overall.
Yeah. Well, I saw in the comments, someone said they should have brought the children of the black woman who got 5 years for changing her address on during her Red Table Talk.
Damn.
Again, like, she said it in the Olivia, the girl, she said it in the interview when grandma asked her, like, yo, why is you here, bitch? She was like, I feel like this is a safe place, but you guys are also going to be honest. And I'm like, Gammy's going to be honest, because Willow and Jada be doing this thing all the time with their guests. They'd be like, yeah, yes, oh my gosh, yes. Like it just be getting so wrapped up in the stories. But Gammy be like, look at here, bitch. I was born in 1953.
And that's what it is. It's like
I marched with King.
Gabby's like, look, I grew up poor. My daughter became rich and successful. Her family is rich and successful. The majority of my life was spent poor. Right? And like Willow and Jada's even to the point where she's crossed that threshold where I think she's been famous longer than she's been a nobody. And Willow was just born into this shit. So I'm like, it's also like she's like, you guys are gonna be. I don't know, man. I'm just like, I gotta watch it, Lou, because I think it's a personal test for my own willpower and patience to actually watch that whole fucking Red Table Talk. Because, like, I guess Gammy saved me when I saw the memes, right? Because I'm watching the joint and people was just like, Gabby is not here for none of this shit. She was like, Gabby was like, you'll be all right. She's like, you gonna be all right. Why are you here? You'll be fine. Like, you know what I'm saying? She's like, you don't need, like, we're not your therapist. We know you got one already. You can afford it. So it's like, we're not, what are we doing for you? You know? And it's like, like Lou said, vindication and clout. That's why you're here. You're here for clout. That's
like,
all.
It's not a bad interview. Like, you know, she didn't like.
No, they do a good job. Look, I'm not. Red Table Talk is dope. They do a good job interviewing people. I can't dismiss their skill set, but I'm just saying, like,
I just don't care about it.
The reason for the interview, there's no benefit to our community from seeing this shit. By the way,
no,
none at all. There's no black person who's like, oh my god, I didn't know. None of that shit. So there's no. I'm not. Lou, do you feel growth after watching it?
It was a good way to kill 30 minutes. So I'm gonna just leave.
Okay, there you go. So that's what I'm saying. Like all the Red Table Talks that Jada got, the show took off because of the sincerity in which we needed to have these conversations in our community, you know. And we kind of sidebar because the one conversation they can't have in our community is the poverty conversation because they're rich as fuck, you know. So they can't have those conversations on our community, but they can have the conversation of being in white spaces, the white allies. They can bring in, white Ellen Pompeo. I liked her interview. Like, they can bring in these different level figures and have those conversations, be authentic, be real, keep it 100 like black women do. But I just looked at this and I'm like, all right, Jada, this is purely clout because there's no growth from this. Like, there's nothing that these three black women can take from this interview and be like, the world is a better place after us knowing this information. There's nothing.
The world's a better place.
I'm just saying, bro. I don't know. So like I said, I'm with Gammy. Fuck this white chick. For real.
21, Joel.
Who do you think?
21.
She's 21. I thought she was 19. 21.
Oh, that's the other white girl we talking about. Well, Diallo. Diamalo. So hold on, like, she's 21.
Yep.
Sister 22.
Yep. Hey,
both of them didn't deserve to be in college.
Nope.
Are they still in school? Or they got kicked out.
Probably got kicked out.
So the one that was Olivia, the joint that had the interview, she apparently has not gone back due to embarrassment, which I'm like, okay. I think her sister's still in that joint though.
Embarrassment.
I ain't double checked, but Olivia's, I took some time off. I couldn't stand the second.
So they didn't even kick her out. She just didn't go back.
Yeah, she just took time off after that whole thing popped out.
So there it is. That's
which is not surprising.
Now I don't want any school official to be like, no. Look at what your peers are doing. All right.
See, I would have more respect for her if she ate that and just stayed in the school.
Yeah,
we got money.
It's like
we have money.
Because embarrassed is like, what does that mean? Like, is it embarrassing to be working at the school in the cafeteria because you can afford your tuition and you're subsidized? Nah. But I'm just saying, like, we've had embarrassing runs at colleges our entire lives. You know, you think these black kids who get in because of their scholarship at Harvard aren't embarrassed at the fact their parents is broke as shit, and these rich kids is this gallivanting around? Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, you didn't even need the fucking education. You left college because you was embarrassed, bitch. You understand what I'm saying? Like, that's the privilege I'm talking about. You didn't leave. Like, college is a window to a better life for some people, but that's how you know it doesn't matter to her, because she left it because she was embarrassed. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, it's like
she said something in there about like,
honestly, she wouldn't be a YouTube star, a very successful makeup artist, all right, if she didn't have the connections that she made at USC. All right, and that is an invaluable resource that you, Mr. Yeah, that's how bullshit goes.
No. I'm not gonna lie. A part of me feels like that's genuine, bro. Like, when did she start her channel? Was it after she got in? Like, I need to know these things, bro.
No, but I mean, you're like, you're right though. At the end of the day, like, she's embarrassed. That's it. Like,
you gave up your college education at USC because you was embarrassed. Damn.
You telling me you weren't passing your classes there either?
It's like when that white kid got off because of influenza.
Yo, he killed.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he was like, I'm so rich, I didn't know it was against the law. He was like, yo, we gotta have sympathy. He was so rich, he didn't know he's out here struggling, obeying traffic laws and shit.
Oh, people actually stop when it's red?
Dog.
I thought it was like more like a
what is a brake pedal?
Like,
It's more like a suggestion.
It's like, yo, son, I'm so rich, I didn't know I wasn't supposed to do 80 on the 25. Yeah, I didn't know.
But that, like,
I had
that's
no
what
clue.
modern laws are. Like, that's all they are. They're just bills. They're just bills when you wow too hard.
Oh yeah, shout out to Ralph Northam signing the no-knock warrant into law. Got rid of them joints.
Brianna's Law.
All right,
right. Yeah, that white man working hard to erase them black face photos. I respect it.
We're gonna keep calling you Ralph until we feel comfortable again.
Look, I put it on the post. I was like, okay, I see you, Ralph. I see you, baby. I see you. You done decriminalized. You done gave the rights to votes back to the felons. And you also just passed the no-knock warrant. You got rid of them joints.
All right, now Ralph trying. Ralph keeping Virginia.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Out here.
And when Charlottesville popped off, he told them motherfuckers go home. So yeah.
He went with it.
Yeah, so like I said, it's I don't know, bro. It's like I said, man. I'm exhausted. Like, I didn't know, like, dude,
who played their clout card better? All right.
Okay.
Olivia Wade or Logan Paul?
I was going to compare them.
Logan Paul, bro. Definitely Logan.
Hey,
you know what's funny though?
Like, you try to ingratiate yourselves with the blacks by going to the black women that will challenge you. All right?
Oh, they coming for Jemele Hill right now.
Go to the most nigga of niggas.
Yeah.
You say, I want to fight you.
Yeah, they coming for Jemele Hill. So he fighting Floyd, right? Logan's supposed to fight Floyd. So Jemele Hill had Jake Paul on her and Carrie Champion's show.
When was this?
It was, I think it was like yesterday or today. And Jemele Hill said, was it racism that you knocked out Nate Robinson, right? So this is the thing, right? This is the thing. People are coming for her because they're like, what the fuck are you talking about, bitch? It was a boxing match, right? And even black people are this. And this is where Jemele messed up, right? He took our no. She took what we joke about from the optics of it and put it into a real journalistic question, which is stupid. Like when niggas say like, yo, Nate Robinson set us back 65 years. That's a joke, bro. You know what I'm saying? But Jemele tried to.
Martin Luther King Jr. is not rolling over in his grave,
bro. And she posted on her, and so Jemele Hill posted on her Instagram. She was like, "Here goes the full question for context, because you guys are blowing this out of proportion." All people in her comments was like, "Take this shit down, bitch. This do not like this was stupid. This is the dumbest question of 2020. This is with Trump at a podium answering COVID questions. This is the dumbest question of 2020, bro." And so, like I said, they coming for Jemele Hill right now, bro. I'm just like, yo, son. I'm like, yo. Oh, bro, it's like, but I'm like, you're so stupid. Why would you ask Jake Paul if it was racism? And Jake Paul is like, why are you? Like, he was so.
He was like,
Jake Paul
Hey, Joe.
What you want from this boy?
Jake
That
Paul
was like-
instantly looked like he's like, bitch, what
I
are you
really
talking?
was like, all right, I know exactly what kind of questions I'm gonna get. My publicist ran through a question list and like, all right, so how do you feel about your brother's fight coming up? He's like, oh, I feel about this. So I said, okay, how'd you feel about when you knocked Nate Robinson out because of racism?
Jake was fucked up.
It was like Charlamagne asking Post Malone, like, so what are you doing for the Black Lives Matter movement? They
Honestly,
both had that
I'm not gonna
same
lie, that was a
fight.
journalistic question to me.
But
Because
you
I
know what?
needed to know
That's
from
important.
Posty.
I need to know what Posty's doing.
I'm
for
not
the
mad.
Black-
I understand what you're
care.
saying,
Know
Lou.
what
I
Posty's
understand
doing
what
for
you're
the
saying, Lou.
Blacks.
But when Charlamagne asked that
Dumb
motherfucker,
question.
it's a dumb question, but I needed to know too. Like,
Right.
some dumb question you need to know the answer to. Jamel was just stupid all the way through. Like,
Jake Paul is not the one I'm looking for.
no,
the question.
no.
No,
But it was just funny to me. Jake looked so fucking just fucked up, bro. And he was just
Racist.
like, bro, and it's so funny. But then people in the
Racist.
comment, but I'm like, look, this is Jamel. Like, this is like, well, white people be like, oh, you guys always talk about it and there's nothing going on. I'm like, bro, this is what they're talking about. When you
Is it?
enforce bullshit, like, look, we're going to make fun of the optics, just like when Tyson Fury fucked up Deontay Wilder. We're going to talk about the optics. The optics of it are what we do. Like, don't begrudge black, because for instance, remember you guys when we were meeting in person, we talked about the Deontay Wilder fight, right?
yeah.
And I was talking about how this black man was up there getting his ass whipped by this white dude, right? Didn't have no technique. I was like, it's like kind of how white supremacy. It just knows like Tyson was white supremacy. He knew everything. And y'all niggas was like, Joel, okay, Joel, right? And it's like, because I understood it. You guys were like, you're inferring something right now. But I'm just talking about the optics and how we gonna roast Deontay. We're gonna talk shit, right? Because Deontay, you came out with all the black figures on the screen, Harriet, Malcolm, Martin. You had D Smoke. Yeah, D Smoke spitting. Yeah, D Smoke spitting conscious rap as you walked out with the bronze bomber, all black. It was Black History Month, and you got your ass whooped. This white man licked your blood, son.
Yeah, no, he
It was bad. It was bad,
did a
right?
gypsy thing on him, man.
So this is what I'm talking about. So when I was talking about that, I was just talking about the optics of it, and you guys were like, whoa, right? And I understood why you guys were like, whoa. Carrie needed to do that to Jemele. Carrie needed to be like, whoa, because I understand, because it's like, look, we are going to make fun of the optics. That's what we do. We're black. It's just what we do. Like, did it really set us back 65 years? No. You know what I'm saying? It was Nate Robinson, dumbass, getting knocked out.
Right, that's all it was.
Now I love Shannon Sharp, because Shannon Sharp was like, I was wondering who could get us some get back. And when Floyd picked up the fight, he's like, we need Floyd to get us some get back. I was like, protect Unc at all costs, because he's just talking about the optics.
But you know what though? Like that, the optics of that too is like, black excellence always needs to go up against white mediocrity.
Yo, son, what if this dude knock out Floyd Mayweather, bro? I was wondering,
bro. Look,
2021 is canceled, dog.
You know what's funny? At the top of 2020, I was binging Logan Paul videos.
Still ain't watched.
Like during the pandemic, I went on this weird white YouTuber binge, where I was just fucking with all these white YouTubers. Right? I was just watching all this shit. This was probably like April, maybe May or March. So anyway, I started watching Logan Paul shit because I wanted to see if Logan Paul is the biggest piece of shit as I've been told he is, right? So I started watching his vlogs and, you know, the whole Japan thing where he was running around making fun of dead people in the woods and shit. Which I literally looked at it. I was just like, everything he was doing in Japan, I'm pretty sure they did on Jackass. They just didn't release the part where they hit the suicide woods. You know what I'm saying? Right. So,
but that's also a part of the optics. Like, you got to know what you do.
It is, and so Logan Paul was essentially he's off of the Bam Margera, Johnny Knoxville tree, which is, I'm a white boy who's gonna do a bunch of white boy shit.
White boy,
yeah, white boy. So I started fucking with Jake, right? I mean Logan. I started watching his vlogs, right? And this is how I fucked with Mike Maylock, which is his homeboy who started dating Lana Rhodes, right? This is kind of how I followed into it because I was following Lana Rose on Instagram and she posted this nigga. I was like, who the fuck is this? And I went to follow him, and then I saw that he was Logan Paul's boys, and I started fucking with Logan Paul vlogs. So I was very interested because it's always the thing. They always talk about the Japan trip as like this moment in his career. And so this was like the humbling experience for him, right? He got humbled after this. He started doing things differently. He wanted to do more things with the platform. So he had this one joint where he went into the hood. He met with these kids, and they know who he is because he's Logan Paul, right? So he met with these young kids, and he's just vibing out with them and everything. And he's meeting with this white dude who's running this after school center, and he's like, "We're about to close down." Logan's like, "I'm gonna donate some money." So when you talked about Olivia going to the hood, I was like, "Oh, she hit the Logan Paul. She did the I'm gonna go with some underprivileged kids for a second. You know, other white kids. You know, if you really want to sell it, you go to Africa with a Bible. But anyway,
yeah."
When you're white, you go to Africa with a Bible. So it's like, it's kind of one of those things where I'm just like, I'm looking at it, I'm like, okay, so I get this whole thing. And it's like, who does that fix your image with? I feel like that fixes your image with other white people.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? When you do the underprivileged, I went and talked to him. I dealt with him for a couple hours. I know a couple names now. I text them.
Dapped a couple niggas up.
You know, basically you made a couple pen pals. That's what you're telling me. And it's like, I'm like, that only fixes the optics and the eyes of certain people, right? So, like I said, I don't know. This is white privilege is just it's incredible to me. It's astounding. In the ways it manifests itself and the different levels to it. Like I said, this chick Charlie Diaz, she stole a dance from a black girl. We all know she stole it, and she's still popping. Like,
that sounds about right.
Black
That is
excellence
America.
constantly
literally
needs
America.
to compete against white mediocrity.
bro, it is. But I'm like, TikTok is elevating white mediocrity at an astounding and alarming rate. And if he knocks out Floyd.
If he knocked this nigga Floyd out,
Floyd,
I'm canceling my
he's not
internet,
knocking Floyd out.
my cable.
No.
We ain't doing no more podcast. Don't call me to do no more podcast because I'm gonna be sulking for like a month.
Oh no, if he knock out Floyd, nigga, we doing a podcast that night. If he knock out Floyd, nigga, I don't give a fuck what night it is. If you working, nigga, quit your job. We need to come in here and do this podcast.
If he knocks out Floyd, then he
Black History Month canceled.
No, he needs to accept a fight from anybody.
I need him. I wish Kimbo Slice was still alive.
Nah, Adrian.
Kimbo,
Oh my God,
tag him in, bro. Floyd, tag him in.
Let's dust this ignorant nigga Adrian Broner off and put that nigga back to work.
No, wait. Can we just send him to MMA?
Who?
Shoot, you want him to die?
Well, Logan, like Jake is a better fighter than Logan.
No. Send both of them to MMA.
They the same. I can't even tell.
Have some real fights.
Yeah. Jake is a better fighter than Logan.
Jake is the younger, Logan is the older.
So what I think is going in, it's Logan's going to get knocked out by Floyd.
They're beating Nate.
Logan gonna be knocked out by Floyd, then Jake is gonna be like, I need to revenge my brother, and then it's gonna be the Jake.
What round you think he's gonna have it stopped, or is it gonna be a knockout?
Hopefully Floyd just get it out the way round one.
Yeah, for real.
Nah, I'm seeing him doing it like extending it, not trying to.
Oh, like he did with Conor.
Why, man? You don't want to
like he just like
Well, Floyd may give us 3. Floyd's probably gonna give us 3 rounds because of pay-per-view. He's like, y'all paid money to see this. Let me give you 3.
Y'all paid money.
Who's the undercard though? That's what I need to know because this nigga Nate Robinson. I didn't know this nigga was an undercard. Like,
if they're smart about this, they should have. It's gonna be what's that dude? Gervonta.
Gervonta Davis.
Yeah. He gonna be an undercard because he's part of the
Team Money.
Team. Yeah.
If he's smart, he would stay away from this shit because he actually has a real boxing career right now.
No. I mean, he definitely does, but this is all like I can see him being an undercard just to get the team name up. Like, yeah.
Oh yeah, I get what you're saying. He's a notoriety. He's a figure from the team. I can understand that.
Exactly.
But I think he'd probably stay away because he has a real career. Like Floyd done. Like Floyd is done. He might kill Logan.
I'm really just prepared for this nigga Mayweather to get knocked out, and we just gotta cancel 2021. Like,
Nah, man, nah. It's gonna be like Afro Samurai. That nigga took the #1 scarf, #1 headband.
Yeah,
That's it. As long as you got #2, you can challenge him.
bro. This is my thing. If Floyd get locked out, Lou is right. 2021 cancel, nigga. I don't want to see because this was just happening at the beginning of the year, in February, right? So I don't want to. I don't because I know what 2020 looked like after Bronze Bomber got knocked out. So I don't want to see what black people look like at December 2021. If the year starts out with Floyd taking the L to Logan Paul.
What's the height difference too? Because I know Mayweather's not that tall.
I think he's like 5'7", 5'8".
It's like weight difference, height difference. But I mean, like it shouldn't matter. It's Floyd. And Logan don't got no Logan. It's Logan Paul. Like he should be like he should one hand tie behind his back. He should be able to knock his motherfucker out. Yeah. This motherfucker, he stood in the ring with real killers.
5'8".
Yeah. Well, I mean, we gonna see.
We will.
I think that's gonna be easy money. It's gonna be easy money for Floyd.
Sorry,
that trailer for that Nate Parker joint.
Oh, American Skin. Oh yeah, I'm in there.
Mm-hmm.
When that joint dropping again, I ain't even see it.
Well, I'm very interested to see when his rape case will resurface again because he got another movie coming out.
Man, they better not with that shit.
Well, you can't let a black man live. You can't let a black man live. They probably have Gayle King interview this nigga again.
So Nate, going back to my last question about these accusations
from years ago,
was accused of raping a white woman in Pennsylvania in the 90s.
Bruh.
How old is Nate Parker? Shit,
he's like late 30s, pretty old.
Damn.
But I don't know. I'm like, bro, I'm just like, and it's just like, and people are like, I don't know, bro. I'm just like, look, could he have done what he did? Of course, he's a man with a dick.
He's a man with a dick.
Could he have did what he did? Yes, but as a black man, I do believe historical precedent has been set where if it's a white woman saying I did some shit, I reserve the right to say that bitch lied. I'm just saying, and we go off of history, and we go off history. I have the right as a black man. If a white woman say a black man did some shit, I have the unabashed right to be like, that bitch is lying. And can't nobody say nothing to me. That's why I love what Bill Burr said on SNL. When he was talking about, he's like, you had sex with black men. He's like, and you lied about it. You said it was rape. That's what you did. And he pointed to the white bitches. He was like, that's what you did, bitch. He was like, he's like, I don't want these white women throwing my white privilege in my face. Y'all are like, looking at it. I'm like, you know what I'm saying? I pictured that white woman crying, lying about Emmett Till, saying something to her. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I just picture that shit, bro.
70 years later.
Bro. No. I'm talking about when she really lied on him. Like, I picture her being a young white woman crying in front of these white men. This black man just said hello. And they're like, how dare you?
Can you?
But I know that's what it was.
Like, when I heard that story, I forget, it was like some years ago, a couple years ago. I'm just like, you really told the lie that sparked the civil rights movement. Like Emmett Till's death was one of the sparks of the civil rights movement. And then you about to die, you just threw that out there like it was a fart. And you just like, man, I lied on that nigga. All right, deuces.
Well, if you think about it, it's kind of like this poetics, a white woman lying killed a black man and spurred the civil rights movement. Like it makes perfect sense when you contextualize it like that. It's like, yeah, how much of our lives have just been y'all lying on niggas? Amy Cooper, Black Men in the Park. Like, let's keep it real. Like, you know what I'm saying? A whole phrase, Karen, literally was birthed from this one white woman lying on a brother on camera. Like, that's how audacious it is, man. It's like if she's on camera being recorded lying, like she's like, why white lies will permeate this film footage?
My white lies.
Bro, in her brain, her white lies was gonna edit that footage.
Oh man, that's the new novel by Ta-Nehisi Coates, My White Lies.
My white lies will edit the footage.
With the forward by Joel Morris.
Right.
For real, bro. Like white bitches be lying. That's all my forward goes say. That's all my forward goes. White bitches be lying, nigga. Oh my god.
Everything.
For real, dog. And they got the
Cat.
juice to do it, nigga. White bitches be lying, bro. This nigga said cat.
Yo, apparently they making a movie. I don't know who. I just heard on the radio, but there is a movie allegedly in the works called Karen, and it's a horror film about. Well, y'all niggas can guess what it's about.
I think I saw that. I think we talked about that before.
Like, yo, but do they
If
have
the
the
people
hair,
making it ain't black, I don't want to see it.
Honestly, I only want to see it if they ain't black.
I don't want to see it. I'm straight.
That's a twist.
I don't like horror movies anyway.
Yeah.
Now they got it.
Be a good plot though.
Can white people fully and beautifully contextualize racism in a horror setting?
Yeah, it's called a history book.
Well, this is the thing about it. Only reason I say I want to see white people make it because I don't think they're going to do it the same way we would do it.
Mm-hmm.
Karen's going to be something else.
Spike Lee joint. If it's not a Spike Lee joint or directed by Jordan Peele or starring Nate Parker, it's great.
Well, what y'all think about the American Skin trailer?
Oh man, I've been thinking about a movie like this for years now, honestly.
Bro, if he don't kill this white cop, I'm gonna be mad.
Like they gotta torture him for like days on end.
Well, it looks like they took the whole precinct hostage. But I don't want this to be a referendum on this white cop's tears, and then Nate just go to jail at the end. That's gonna be stupid. Go to jail for a reason, nigga.
Right.
Kill that nigga.
Yeah, for real. I need you to literally, and I need it to be a really emotional. Like I need you to grow to regret the thought of killing him and still do it.
Yep.
What if they
not even single bullet? I mean, I want you to go like
this nigga.
Rambo on him.
Yeah.
I got time to kill on his ass.
Hey, shoot him as many times as you shot your son. Because shout out, respect to the family of Casey Goodson. Another brother just gunned down, walking into his house with Subway. 3 in the back. Died in front of his grandma and 2 little cousins.
Another one.
December 4th, same day Fred Hampton got killed.
Another one.
Yep. And I'm saying I posted that joint on Fred Hampton's day. I was like, look, that knee been on our neck for a minute, yeah. As long as 8 minutes. I'm like, cops have killed like leaders in our community, pillars of our community. They just killed them. And it's like,
it's flat out.
And we just supposed to just bounce back from that shit.
And we keep bouncing back.
Yeah, I remember so my white coworker, he said back in the day, his pops wondered how come no one took over the movement after Martin. I was like, first of all, they might not be Martin. Maybe they can't lead like him. And second of all, I just saw this nigga get shot.
Right. Seeing X get shot.
And Martin was literally out here hugging white women, fucking them on Cape, like FBI. He fucking them and everything. I'm like, I don't know what y'all wanted from us. Like, if he got killed, I know if I touch the mic, I'm definitely gonna get popped. So it's like,
right.
So I was like, did your dad ever think about the fact niggas was like, we was like, why would I just see my boy Martin get killed?
Shooting out here.
Yeah. Like happily. They said Martin lived. The doctor killed that nigga at the hospital.
Yeah. And then they run up in Fred Hampton's like room and killed him next to his wife?
Next to his pregnant fiance.
Crazy, bro. And you want me to pick the mic up after that? Out your cotton picking mind.
That's what I'm saying. But it's like literally, I love that line from that shitty Superman versus Batman movie. He's like, the American conscience died in the 60s with the assassination of Edgar's, Kennedy, Malcolm, and Martin. I said facts. I was like, he's not lying. Like,
yeah,
that's what America's consciousness was killed right there. Like,
that's it.
They said, look, man, everybody who's talking about doing some shit for black folks, Robert F. Kennedy was the first one who said it. He said, Fred Hampton, 1969. So You know, I'm like the 60s. I'm not gonna lie, bro. I think the 60s was the most referential point in American history because I realized we don't talk about it enough.
No.
Big old facts.
We don't talk about the white people doing sit-ins over Vietnam.
Mm.
We don't talk about the white people popping the LSD,
Mm.
discovering fuck this
Mhm.
job.
Yo, that's
we
why.
talk about the fun and like the cool parts though, like the discovery of LSD, COINTEL. What was that one operation? When they operate the mind control operate. There's a name for it.
Oh yes.
What's it called?
Manchurian candidate
Y'all
shit.
know what I'm talking about. It's part of that. What is the joint called? I am blanking out on it all of a sudden, man.
I think the Tuskegee
Um,
Airmen experiments was during that time.
That was during the '60s as well.
And I also think we did. That's when they did the fucking
Ultra MK Ultra.
MK Ultra. That was like during the '60s too, I believe.
Yeah.
Now we talk about that type of like that.
Nah, there's a lot that happened in the '60s. Like
bro,
a lot happened in the '60s.
a lot, bro. And this shit is like wow. Like people, we don't really like. Cause like I said, man, it's like you literally like all levels of consciousness that were elevating other people were assassinated, killed. Like fuck all this shit you talking about. Um, I'm good, and that's why I realized. I think that's why they will never assassinate another civil rights leader
Hmm.
because
What you mean?
whatever those individuals were able to do with the mindset of people in the 60s, they've engineered us out of the ability to do that now. And what I mean by that is I think they have a full stop control mechanism on dissent. And so now they don't have to worry about it actually manifesting itself because Martin was doing the poor people's march. He was trying to come for that universal basic income. You know, Andrew Yang is championing that. That's a Martin policy that he wanted to pass.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Fred Hampton was also trying to unify the classes. It was like, look, we could talk about that flag, we could talk about the racism, but if we come for them now, they have to deal with us. That's what he told all the poor white people. If we unify now, we are forming a rainbow coalition. That's Fred Hampton. You know what I'm saying? He was bringing everybody in a joint. Malcolm told a young white girl, you seen it in the movie, Martin, I love you. Can anything? He said, you can't do a damn thing for me, right? Went to Mecca, prayed with some white people, came back. It was like, Martin, I understand where you're coming from now. There's some white people we can talk to. And Martin was like, I understand where you're coming from, Malcolm. Fuck some of these crackers.
Right.
They met up, and that's when they decided to kill him because they were about to link up. You saw this in Selma. You know, his letters from a Birmingham jail. Martin was in that joint like, yo, I found out it's these motherfucking liberal white people we got to look out for. The Klan told me he don't like me. He don't want me to come to the bar. He on the other side of town. I know where that nigga at. He got the hood on and everything. It's these white people who don't say shit. That's what Martin figured out. And I'm like, yo, the ones we grew up around. That's what Martin said, watch out.
Pretty much. I mean,
Yeah. Yeah, we saw it in
We
2016.
need too many of them right now. That's
I don't know if we need them at all, bro.
And 2014.
That's one thing I want to get rid of that.
like they are in our lives. Like
Oh, they are. They are
Everybody
100%. They are.
yeah, for the functions that they serve in our lives, we still need them. Otherwise, we would tell them about themselves.
I ain't gonna lie, man. I say this all the time, but outside of work, I really don't be like, and this is not to be, I ain't throwing shade, but I really don't be kicking it with like white people like that. Like my circle is pretty much just a bunch of Africans, y'all niggas.
Yeah.
You know
Now I'm
what
100%.
saying?
Like I got white people I work with in the film and you know, artists and stuff, and I know you do as well, Walt. But it's like for me, it's just like we're in a collaborative space. We're here to make the art. We're here to do the things, and it's like this is our common ground where we can always have these conversations. And but it's like I also am fully understand. I'm understanding like I don't ever want to. I don't want this notion that because that's another thing when Jada brought up in the Red Table Talk, where Gammy was like, "White women have never given us to us," and then Jada was like, "Well, I would never do what white women did to us." And I'm like, "That's not what your Grammy was saying. Your Grammy was talking about the fact of they've never done it. Like, you know what I'm saying? She wasn't bringing up the fact of you have to now be like them. She was just simply illustrating the fact of why are we doing it and they've never done it, like ever. Like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's like I understood her point. She was just like, why are we? She didn't say it's to be like, she was asking the why. Why are we doing this, Jada? That's what she was asking her. And Jada tried to pivot and like,
why am I here right now?
She's like, because it's a never-ending cycle. If we only treat them how, I'm like, no, that's not what she's asking. She's asking, why are we starting this off? She's like, that's what she's asking. And I really need to know why. Why are we holding this young white girl's hand? Like, why? Like, and Jada couldn't answer it.
How much of a bag did Facebook give the Smith family for this Red Table Talk?
Oh, big one. Because even Will pop his ass on there. That's
right.
That's what Will took his therapist to talk about what he did with the black Aunt Viv, dark skinned Aunt Viv. And it's like, you know, that was a dope moment that we didn't talk about either, where it's like her talking about, you know, him saying she was difficult was the kiss of death for her in Hollywood. You know?
Yeah.
And Will was just talking about, he was just like, look, I was young, you didn't really like me, so I wanted to get you fuck off the show. Like, he said, I wasn't really thinking about it like that. And I understood him. He was basically, I was in survival mode. I was broke. I needed this show to survive. Yeah. You was coming for me. It was doing well. And you kept coming for me. And I'm thinking, okay, like, yo, she's difficult to work with. She's the only one I couldn't, because he even talked about James Avery. James Avery didn't respect him as the actor either until he bust out the one scene where his pops left. So I get it. You gotta understand, James Avery and her were like classically trained actors. You know,
right? I heard that much.
You know, I think when they're coming for Will, they're coming for his lampoonish nature in which he was approaching the character. Now, to all credit, that was the our main selling point of the show was Will wilding, but it's also it happened with Good Times, where the father, they didn't even have a father on the fucking show. So they wrote him in, and then he came on. He was like, yo, this show was supposed to be about that, but all we wanted was dynamite. Once that became this lampoonish thing, he said it took away from the severity of the show. And they was like, yeah, we just gonna kill you off, bro. I'm like, Good Times was horrible after James died.
Yeah, but I mean, that's what happens, though. And I don't know, part of me is like not really mad at it, because sometimes entertainment is really just like, it's escapism. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to watch 30 minutes or like 2 hours or like, you know what I'm saying, some like real gritty shit. Like, that's what happened with Family Matters. Urkel, he stepped, it was supposed to be about this nuclear family, and then Urkel stepped in there with his suspenders and his glasses, stole the show. It's just what happens.
You don't want the Breaking Bad version of Full
House. Right? I don't want the Breaking Bad version of Family Matters, you know what I'm saying?
But you know what's so funny though? Even as you say that, Lou, I kind of wonder if it's because they became so slapstickish that the hearted moments are what stick out to us. Like, I remember Carlton in the elevator after Will got shot at the ATM. I remember Will when his pops bounced. You know what I'm saying? And I also remember Eddie being harassed by a fellow officer and his pops having to step to that nigga at the police station in Family Matters. So it's kind of like, I guess, a month, because all the shows, so many of the episodes were jovial when they did have to come with the weight. I also remember when Will and them got arrested on Fresh Prince, and Phil had to come bail him out with the other white judge. Yeah. I remember these episodes because they stuck out to me, because I'm like, I guess they supplanted the real, I guess kind of like that black duality of being a black person, where we laughing, but shit could just go left real quick. You know? And so I kind of like, it's like a Static Shock. I'll never forget that motherfucker going to his boy's house with his white dad, not fucking with that nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like,
damn, Static Shock.
Yeah, I remember those episodes more than the who his best villain was. I don't remember who fuck Static Shock's best villain was. I damn sure remember when that buff
It was the Shadow dude. But,
Shadow dude. But also, yeah,
Richie?
they did it. Yeah, Richie. When Richie's
I guess
pops was
like
not
that,
feeling with
man.
that nigga. Like I was like, yeah,
Oh,
I remember those
Richie's
joints. They
Pops
stick
is
out.
definitely in the clan.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So I don't know if they stick out because of the realness of them or yeah, even with
No, I
like
think
yeah,
No, you're right in that because it's. I mean, it is the funny moments. It is the black experience. It's the essence of the black experience.
yeah.
Like most of the time, you laughing, joking, you smiling, and then comes out of nowhere. And
You know what?
laugh
And that's why I
joke, and
never liked
smile
Tyler
again,
Perry
and
shows.
because they're
No, that's it. That's it. Every episode, you gonna go from laughing to some crackheads. I'm like, no, bro,
right. Like it is.
no.
Hey, but first off, all right. Let me ask you. Did you hear about the Bros show? I don't know what it's called.
Gross. What you talking about?
They
What you talking about,
filmed it
Rose?
in 4 days.
What?
The
They filmed what?
entirety of season. It was a Tyler Perry show. He has two versions. He has a one called Sisters, and then another one called Brubs or Brothers or
Yeah.
whatever. Brothers shot their entire first season in 4 days.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
I never even heard of this show.
Oh,
I never even heard of this show.
That's
but
a
that's
lot
the
to
kind of
shoot in
trash
4
Tyler
days,
Perry-
nigga.
in
That is a
4
lot of
days,
shit.
the entire first season. So Tyler Perry don't give a fuck about anything.
No, that's but let's think about
Yeah,
it.
he be writing all his stuff.
I'm not gonna lie, that
yeah,
quality
he
of
doesn't care.
but this is the thing about it. I think is this is why I love when Donald Glover said he said black people deserve to have content made at the highest caliber for ourselves. That's what he does with Atlanta.
Mm-hmm.
And I realized that because the same quality that I discern from some of Tyler Perry shit, which is just horrible writing sometimes, is the same thing I give to Power. Power's like a horribly written show.
Yeah.
That's what
Like I couldn't even like same thing for Empire. I was like, yeah, this shit is
Empire.
this is some
That's
garbage, bro.
right.
That is some garbage, but I realized, but
think
it's like
all of us watched the first season and then realized like, Lee Daniels.
no, that's what I'm saying. Like and Lee and fucking Tyler and all their feet, they're giving us mediocrity. You know, and just because it has black people in it dealing with black people problems, we cling to it because that's how much the market wasn't fucking with us or making stuff for that audience. You know what I'm saying? I look at like some content you could say is made for black elites. They don't make things for the middle class black person or the lower class black person. Tyler Perry's audience was exclusively Southern lower class black people. And it's like,
Yeah.
And Hispanics and
you know what I'm saying?
just lower class people.
Yeah, when you see a movie like Antebellum, that's made for a certain class of black people. You know, with Janelle Monáe in it. Like, that's made for a certain class of black people. It's not made for that swath that's just going to be receptive to, like I said, mediocre writing. And it's like, it's a shame, but it's like, I don't know. That's why I loved Atlanta, though.
Is it a shame? Because on that same token, I'm really not. I just try to be thinking about balance. Like I'm not mad at Tyler Perry's shitty shows.
No, me neither.
Because there's Jackass, there's like National Lampoon series, which is all just buffoonery and idiocy.
No, 100%. That's what I'm saying. Look, we have the mumble rappers and we got the lyricists. Like, you know what I'm saying? We have the Get Out. We have the Madea Goes to Jail.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like I'm with you, new balance. It's a balance,
Both
but
in prison.
but
Both
that's what
in
I'm
prison.
saying. Like, but the only reason I'm saying is the acceptance of the mediocre storytelling is accepted because the themes cover what you understand as a lower or middle class black person in a certain section of society. Like a grandma that be wilding with a pistol, that's a lot of niggas in the South. So you know what I'm saying? So I understood how those things would speak to individuals, and they didn't speak to me, being the black kid who grew up in the suburbs. You know what I'm saying? It didn't speak to me that way. I just saw it as lampoonish bullshit. So I understood as I grew up, I'm not all black people. A lot of elite black people sometimes we have trouble discerning this. This is why I say black Twitter isn't the black community. Like it's a certain demographic of our community. It's the ones who can afford to have
Yeah.
Twitter. It's the ones who can afford to have a smartphone.
That's
It's the
damn near
ones.
everybody.
No, it's not. I think it would shock you how many people still got flips out here, bro. That's what I'm
It
saying,
really
dog.
would,
Like,
because I don't be seeing
that's what
it.
I'm from
I
the
give you
like.
that.
I got family from the south, bro. Like, trust me. I'm not saying all of these. None of them are going to have smartphones. Most of them got on Facebook within the last 5 to 6 years.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Like,
Like,
you got on Facebook in the last 5 or 6 years.
nah. I've been on Facebook since for almost 10 years now, Luke. But my thing is this.
Bro, you made a
Damn.
Facebook when I met you, which was like
Nah,
6 years ago.
nah.
Unless you had one before
I
that.
think I don't know. I came on 2012. 2012. So it's about 8 years. Because I definitely remember 2012. So Trayvon.
2013.
Yeah, Trayvon. So my thing is this. I came on a little bit before Trayvon when I got to school because I was started to network for college. So I got to Mason at like 2012. So I was at I knew I had Facebook when we met each other in the film club. I had Facebook.
Nah, bro.
I made it during that. I made
you.
it during that time at Nova before I went to Mason. I think when I got to Mason, I made that joint. Yeah, when I got to Mason, I made that joint. As soon as I got to Mason, it was like 2012. So it's about 8 years in the game, right? The only reason I pointed out, because if you remember how Tyler Perry shit used to get around, DVDs out the trunk of his car. Like there used to be a stack of DVDs at our crib, a Tyler Perry plays.
The Tyler Perry plays, that's where that nigga really got his money, man.
Exactly.
Like,
But I'm saying like that's you renting out this theater. He made black people go to the theater, bro. You got to put that in perspective.
Come on, man.
But you got to also understand theater is theater because it's theater.
It's a white space. Yeah,
it is that, but also a storyline that might be fire in a theater play. If you put it and adapt it as is to a screen medium, it's gonna be whack.
Oh yes, it's not gonna work.
It's not gonna work. So that's what Tyler suffers with. Tyler suffers with the fact that a lot of people say hire writers, nigga. Stop writing everything your damn self.
Nah, for real.
He started doing that recently, and it's like, I just like I said, it's just for me, it's that mediocrity. But I'm not gonna ever step on, because I've seen what those plays and his movies mean to a certain section of black people. Never meant to anything to my black ass, but I see what it
said
means.
Himself too. He said, "If you don't like the content that I make, then I'm not making it for you."
Facts.
That's it, man.
100%.
Like, hey, I can't complain. I cannot complain.
That is it. That is all. I think that'd be a bomb place to end it. And that goes with any medium. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
If it don't speak to you, it wasn't for you.
It wasn't for you. It's not for you. And not everything gotta be for you. That's the thing.
Well, according to cancel culture, everything's gotta be for everybody.
Yeah, well, fuck them niggas.
Hey,
because I'm one of those people who's like, if you don't like this shit, don't watch it.
I don't watch it.
Like people are like when they dug up, like, I don't know, man. If you digging up some tweets somebody made 10 years ago, so you can get offended by it. Like, these tweets are dangerous. I'm like, ain't nobody was gonna see these joints, so you start retweeting them. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, them joints was dead on Twitter, nigga.
Before you.
Yeah. So I had like one like.
Like some like with Kevin Hart, like some young black gay kid was scrolling through 10 years of Kevin Hart's timeline, got offended because some shit he posted. I was like, this is the dumbest premise ever. That's so stupid. It's so stupid, man. It's like, no, that's not happening. That's not happening at all.
His new stand-up.
Oh yeah, Zero Fucks Given.
Yeah,
I was so disappointed because clearly that nigga gives so many fucks. This nigga done made 3 videos after the special drop, defending the special.
So the old adage of the question comes up is Kevin Hart funny?
Yeah,
I think Kevin Hart's funny. I just think the nigga's rushing. Like, he's just out of practice. That's it.
You didn't like it?
Because I turned it off maybe 30 minutes into it.
I enjoyed it.
Terrible.
I thought it was one of his best since Laughing My Pain.
I thought it was his delivery that needed to change. He keeps giving us the same, hype man energy when you should.
All right, I can't. But that's his delivery, though. I mean, like Chappelle has the same delivery in every fucking special.
No, but that's but like, look at the stand up that he had when he did Chappelle Show, like his little intros. all right, and then his stand-ups going forward, all right, they weren't as drawn as they
Mm.
were now.
Well,
You know,
Dave
like
just
he
does he's more topical.
I understand that, but
Mm.
even Chris Rock has done the same thing. Like Chris Rock know how to he know how to get you into some shit, like, and then flip it on you. Like he's getting better at that shit. Hey,
And
Kev can still be
Tamborino, I
tight.
felt like a lot of Chris's delivery was kind of old though.
Mm,
I don't even remember that one.
Chris
Not
has
lying.
Chris has the repetition of emphasis.
right, right.
Say that
Meaning, if
again.
he said repetition of emphasis, so
Oh,
he's going to basically like repeat shit.
right, right. I get that.
So you know what I'm saying? He says, so if he has a bit, he's gonna say not to. He's gonna do the stomping. He's gonna do the stage thing, and
Yeah.
that's like, and it's hitting and bring the pain because it's like because he's as he gets louder with the octaves, tired,
Right.
tired, tired, tired of niggas, right? So that's Chris's delivery to me. Chappelle's is kind of like, like he's gonna have a more Freudian questioning of I don't know, he moves in and out of the voices a lot and he inflicts
Yeah.
with certain moods. So it's like Chappelle's like, for instance, one of my favorite thing where he's like where he's talking about where he'll be telling a joke and he'll all of a sudden go into the was she talking about me? Was that me she was talking
Right.
about? You know what I'm saying? But it's funny the way he's inflicting his voice. So I understand what you're saying with Kevin, but I just always like that's just Kevin's delivery to me. Like it's always about what the subject matter is. I understand what you're saying though. His delivery could get stale. I'm not that's not
Yeah,
wrong, but
like
if it was going to be
because
stale in
because
this
I
one, it should have been stale 3 specials ago for you. That's all I'm saying because it's the same shit.
well, and you know what? And I think it has been because I
Okay.
haven't been impressed
Yeah.
with him for a while now.
Gotcha.
You know,
Gotcha.
but seeing it, I was like, all right, I can better explain it because he's more just it feels stale to me. Yes,
I get what you're
because
saying.
it is the same. It's the same pattern. You
Yeah,
know,
it is. It is
and
the
and
same
the joke
pattern.
because I was looking, I was hearing the jokes, and I'm like, yo, one of them like actually made me laugh, but it should have killed. And he was just
Uh,
like, he was like, my son is, man, what do you call it? What do you call it? Dumb.
Dumb.
And like that was funny, but then he was like off to the next shit, and I'm just like, hey, yo, like you can let that breathe, my guy. Like that shit is funny
yeah, I
because
feel
you
you.
looking at
He
your
was,
kid
it
like,
was, it may have been a little rust because you got to think about it.
yeah,
He usually he works his specials before we see him
right,
to a T.
right, and
So
and I think since he works to such a larger audience as well, that when you do it in a smaller setting, sometimes you just need to bring it down, and
I get you. I get you.
and
So I get it.
yeah,
That was a pretty good analysis, Walt.
He was playing to the stadium, but you in a quiet room now.
yeah, it's like you don't need
I
to be
get you.
on
I get you.
10,
I felt that as
like
well. I felt that as well. It's like how some artists don't know how to make a song for a big crowd until they play in front of one.
yeah,
Because
Mm.
yeah,
That's
like
what Future
they
said when he
haven't
went on tour with
understand it.
Drake. Yeah, Future
It's
said
like
that when he went on tour with Drake to be able to create a song that the whole place can vibe out to, have certain
right,
pockets that you can get into, add your voice and add your influence. So I get what you're saying. Like,
yeah,
yeah, he didn't because if you look at Dave's special Bird Revelation, the way he works that small room, completely opposite of Kevin.
right, right,
Right.
and
Yeah,
it's like the Chappelle is giving us unsungs. Like he's giving
yeah,
us
yeah.
MTV like
Mm.
unplugs, he's giving us the acoustic version, you
Got
know?
you, got you.
Like
Yeah,
we
hundred
got the
percent.
hits but
Mm.
and I don't mean for this to be bad, but he's given us Kevin is giving us Kanye. It's just big.
Yeah, nah. There's literally the
It,
one special. What was it? Was it Laughing My
what
Pain?
now?
Oh no, what now? Where he had the fire. He's like hit fire on these bitches one time. It's like,
Oh,
he had the fire go in the back. Oh, it's not what it's
yeah.
not. It's the one between what now and Laughing My Pain. What's that one in there?
I don't know what it is either,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
Laugh
yeah.
my
but that
pain.
was the one where it's like
Yeah, nah, his funniest
Yeah,
specials are seriously funny, which is the early one where he got in trouble for the bash the dollhouse on my gay son's face. That one, and
mhm.
but he also has a joke
Grown
in there
little
where he
man.
talked about grown little man's his best special. That's hands down his best
Yeah,
special.
Oh, girl, yeah.
Oh, that shit's funny.
Those
I
are the
remember when he
classics.
talked about his uncle
That
got
is a
hit
classic.
and that nigga 35 cents flew out that nigga pocket. He's like, how hard you got hit a motherfucker for 35 cents to fly out his pocket? He's Uncle Richard Jr. got popped 35 cents, flew out his pocket. That shit always is funny as fuck to me, nigga. But those are his two funniest specials. It's seriously funny. He has the joint where his mom, the teacher stuck the note to him, said, take this to your mom. And she was talking shit about her parenting skills. And she said, tell her to shut the fuck up. He's like, you gonna make me cuss? He's like, I went to sleep. It's a big day tomorrow. I had to get my lines right. And he's like, he said, you stupid motherfucking bitch. He's like, no nipple, no titty having bitch. And his words, he said she had no nipple.
Classic Kevin Hart, right?
I'm like, he said, I got on the bus that morning. So not guys. Like, I'm gotta get my brain focused. It's like Kev on the bus. He's like, nah, guys. I gotta stay in the game because I gotta get to school. He said, I told you to say one cuss word. You said 36 of them. Yeah, those are his two funniest to me. But I totally understand. Well, I appreciated him going back into not trying to like talking about something that bothered him.
Yes, and I did like
those
that.
are my favorite comedians who talk about shit that bothers them. Bill Burr, Dave Chappelle, George Carlin, Patrice O'Neill. They talk about shit that don't sit right with their spirit. You know what I'm saying? Some shit they saw and they be like, yeah, because I was like, I just like it when comedians talk about that shit because it's like I just appreciate that perspective sometimes. So I appreciated his funniest insight. Kevin's was where he talked about how the celebrities are the weird ones now. How you can pull your phone out and start filming us, and then literally like last week, Dave Chappelle had it running.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
Where this random white actors filming him, and Dave's like, "Why are you filming me, bro?" And Kevin's just like, "You guys have turned into you guys have turned into snitches. You're all fucking snitches." He was just like, he's like, facts. He's like, you start doing this shit right away and you just filming me. I'm like, that is weird if you think about it. You start filming people. That's what I always want to talk about when we see a video that go viral, right? The cameraman. Like, I would get mad at bad camera movements.
Yeah.
Like if the police is about to shoot somebody, don't do this. Don't if you don't focus that fucking camera. So I can so we
it.
That's what I'm saying. But it's like, but they be just filming, it'd be like these amateur shots. But I'm like, I always look at it that way. So I always just picture this world where it's like, I call them the observers, where it's just these people who just that's all they're doing all the time. Just doing this. You know what I'm saying? And
just waiting for some shit to happen.
Yeah.
That's literally big.
That's literally the thing.
Like, that, but you know what? I can see that like developing into.
That is a thing.
Right.
He had him in
that is a thing.
On like a Cyberpunk 2077 type shit.
100%. But
no, because
right.
Hey, go ahead, Lou.
Because sometimes I really genuinely be seeing videos of some like wild shit that happened. Like, I don't know, a car crash happened and a baby flew out the back window and 75 cents flew out the baby's pocket. And I'm just like, who had their camera out at this exact perfect time moment? Like, for us to get this
all the
footage.
time, bro. And sometimes I'll be like,
and it'd be crazy to me.
And sometimes I see a whole exchange go down and no one ever talks to the camera. And it be fucking with me because I'm like, y'all don't see this nigga with his phone next to y'all filming y'all? Like, it's be people on the street arguing. I just be like, bro, I'm just like, yo, this shit is just trippy to me. Cause I'm like, cause Bino had that shit in This Is America where the niggas was just on top of the railing like this. Mm-hmm. And they're just like filming. And I'm like, that's a celly. This is a tool. So it's like, I get it. So it's like, I don't know. It's just weird. I'm like, I don't ever want to be someone who's so comfortable doing this that I don't stop to intervene or something. Or, but I don't know. Like I said, it's weird times, man. You got motherfuckers dying for TikTok challenges. So I don't know. Or killing people for TikTok challenges.
Allegedly.
Even the challenge, like, yo, can you kill him and record it and get away with it? Who can last the longest?
I mean, look, that might be the challenge, bro. Can you kill?
Honestly,
Claim
the
affluenza,
record
bro.
84 hours. Telling you, bro.
Well, if you
Telling
kill it,
you.
if you kill a young black man, you probably get away for life.
Oh my gosh,
You need
no!
a
But like
badge, though.
you have to go
Let's
into the
keep it real. Gotta
you
have a
you
badge
go
first.
down into where they live. That's
Yeah. That's another thing. So you guys eating the booty or taking the vaccine?
what?
I'm gonna eat the booty.
Wait. Why are these options?
Oh,
You
look,
have not been reading the chats.
well, look, distraught.
What's
It was a question because
going
people, because
on?
there's one dude brought a point, Tank's analogy. He was like, look, y'all don't want to take this vaccine, but y'all eat a stranger's booty out. Basically, like, you don't trust this vaccine.
Yeah, like
But that's the thing about it. It's not the vaccine we don't trust. It's the motherfuckers trying to give it to us we don't trust.
Yeah.
That's the thing about it. Like, it's not the vaccine itself. That's what I'm saying. Guns themselves ain't the problem. It's the fact that crazy white boys pick them up every now and then.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
they try to administer justice.
But this is the thing. It's hard to sell it to us, right? And I kind of realized this because I also want to talk about DJ Vlad because they're trying to say he set up Casanova because the way he talked in the interview. I realize sometimes some way you do. So, for instance, right, this is a government who won't pass another stimulus package, never does anything about poverty, doesn't care to make sure everybody has health insurance to fight and have healthy. Now, all of a sudden, you're gonna mandate this vaccine because you care about my health. Come on, son.
No.
Right.
No.
Like none of your
Shit
other
all-
actions have shown me you care about my livelihood and my life. And now all of a sudden, this vaccine is out, and we all have to get it because it's for our health and our life. And I'm like, okay, but I also need you to pass some more stimulus packages. I also need you to be worried about. There's other things that go on in my life besides coronavirus that I'm 30 years old. Y'all have not shown me you give a fuck about any of these other things that take my life, that end my life prematurely, crooked ass cop. You never showed me anything. So now all of a sudden I'm supposed to believe that this vaccine, you want me to take it, and you want us all to take it because you want us all to be healthy and well. I'm like, stop.
Shit just don't add up.
It don't,
plus,
bro.
That
Look,
shit just
I'm
kinda
not saying.
popped out way too fast.
Look, they cooked it up quick. I'm not saying it's like it's something that ain't gonna help. I'm not saying it's not an accurate vaccine.
Like the first edition of other shit don't mean we want the first edition of vaccine.
No, and we won't get the first round. You know, there's gonna be essential workers and other people. But my whole point is, I'm just like, you guys don't. You gotta understand, like, how come people don't trust this thing? I'm like, cause nigga, you don't give us any reason to name other times. Cause this is why black people don't trust this vaccine. Because I'm like,
we can trust the U.S. government.
It's not. That's what I'm saying. It's not the vaccine we don't trust. It's the motherfuckers trying to give us the vaccine we don't trust. Because y'all don't do anything else to help. So don't tell me this vaccine's to help, and you don't do anything else to help. Y'all literally are in recess right now instead of passing another stimulus package. Y'all are like, fuck these niggas.
Bro, how long ago we get them 1,200 stimulus checks? How long ago was that stimmy check?
At this point, I'm like, we didn't get it, nigga. It was a dream.
You want to know what's really insulting?
Shit went so fast.
One of my friends just got theirs like today.
Damn.
See?
Was it in the mail or these niggas just did check? Like
the first, no. It was a back and forth with the IRS.
Wow.
And so they got the email. They were just like, "Yo,
So that's what I'm saying. All of a sudden, you got 70 million doses of the vaccine ready. You ready to give us all the juice? They're like, dude, just think all the
shit you wasn't even taking seriously that you
and this
knew about
motherfucker-
since like January.
Exactly. And this motherfucker had to go through hoops to get $1,200.
Bruh, one time.
But I'm just gonna walk into a CVS and get the vaccine for free. Y'all make it make sense. Name something they never charged us for, bro. They charge us for everything.
That's another thing too. Like
y'all want to give it to us? I would believe y'all if you told me it was $50 a pop. Then I'd be like, okay, that's a legit vaccine. They getting
we ain't giving the shit away for free.
No, that's what I'm saying, man. That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't trust it. But it's just like people being like, how come I'm like, motherfucker, it's because it's like, no, if it's a white person put that needle in my arm, I'm out, bro.
Man,
And then they try to show us this Nigerian doctor helped develop it, like it was gonna make us go jump. I was okay, the Nigerian nigga did it. Nah, I say he
I
could be
don't care if
Candace
my
Owens
uncle
on the
did
low,
the
nigga.
vaccine or not, bro.
you know
He
what
could
they
be
love? They
Daniel
love the
Cameron. I don't
Nigerian.
give a fuck, nigga.
It should be
They
Lewis
really
Hamilton.
do.
Like, whatever. We don't care what niggas made it. Like,
Look,
Right.
that's what I'm
the
saying,
scientists
son.
are the scientists.
Facts,
Jesus,
bro.
man, still ain't
These
touching me.
fucking middlemen.
But it's like, but it's not. It's not scientists. It's Pfizer, and they have scientists who work for them. But it's also fucking Pfizer.
Yeah.
Like I said, you
Yeah, no,
guys
I'm good.
look. I understand, but I understand. Like I understand where the argument is, but it's also like I was saying with DJ Vlad, right? DJ Vlad cannot get rid of the police moniker.
DJ Vlad is an important mark, and I
Okay,
hope that people
but do you know
Yeah,
why I
Mark.
realize he can't? Even if let's say Vlad ain't the feds, right? Do you
Mhm.
know why? No matter what he does, he will never be able to get rid of that. You want to know why?
That's the way he carries himself.
Yes,
Surprising.
you're right, Walt.
Hmm.
He's never in his interviews. Like you, if you
Oh
think of the
shit, that is
detached,
another thing. Yeah,
this is the thing
you
about
hear
it.
him, but
When we hear it, bro, you gotta understand how that's talking through the window. Okay, now move to the left, turn to the right.
right,
Do you recognize any of these people? Like that's Vlad. Like you gotta understand, bro. The fact of if you did interview style crossed, like you sat across with people, showed us your face when people said stuff, it humanizes you. And it puts
I
us
didn't
in
know
it.
what that nigga looked like for some months until
I
like literally
never knew
just
what
talking
Vlad
about
looked
this.
like
he
either,
looks
bro.
like that one of the
I'm just
motherfuckers
now
from Grand Theft
realizing
Auto 4.
And
he do.
he look like a white
Oh
man you ain't
yeah,
supposed to trust too.
looks
He really like a white
Slovenian
man
like
you're not supposed to
shit.
trust.
Hey, like his interviews look like you ever seen the beginning of a porno? It'd be like an 18-year-old college girl. Be like, so is this your first time doing this? And you don't ever see the dude talking during the
Yeah,
interview. That's
Damn,
yeah,
Vlad,
Vlad.
yo.
that's
That's
Vlad.
Vlad.
That's Vlad.
Creepy.
And I'm not supposed to trust the porn director. So
No,
Vlad,
No.
I'm not supposed to trust you, dog. Like, so that's what I'm saying. You're not going to get rid of this, bro, because of the way, like, well, you carry yourself a certain way of anonymity, and when we don't know who the fuck you is, you the feds.
Right.
It's just that simple, bro. Like,
yeah.
stop. Like, people said they went to the Black interview and hits a laptop, and this nigga's like on the laptop asking you questions and shit. I'm like, bro,
Man,
this is
hell.
not a way to do an interview.
What?
This is before COVID, before you had to stay away from. This is just how he was
Right.
doing it.
Because the Vlad interviews always do seem like
They feel like
half
police interrogations, bro.
they do, from this perspective, but they always look like half of like the Entertainment Weekly interviews. Like they will individually film the actor, and then they'll film
Yeah,
the interview, and they'll just go back and forth.
yeah,
That it just seems like one way.
yeah. Well, what if he did
And
it?
that's why I was
If he did it the way Joe Budden films his pull-ups, Vlad's energy would
Is it-
completely shift.
multi-shot. Like yeah,
Meaning like single camera on each, and then a two camera shot in the middle.
yeah.
Like,
Oh yeah, no that because then you'd get like,
yeah,
especially when somebody say like when Vlad asks like a wild question and Vlad like either look down, or he maintains contact with that person, that other person got like you can get like real up close of like a the fuck
yeah.
this nigga
It was just humanizing. But think
like,
about it this way: like the way he even lights niggas,
oh,
it looks like an interrogation room, bro. It's like the backdrop and a spot.
is
Right.
yeah
Like,
It's like
so that's what I'm saying. Like,
it's like a medium shot.
that's what I was saying with Bill Gates. Even if you legit, Bill, the way you've presented yourself, my nigga, it mitigates distrust amongst us, the melanated folk. Like and so like I said, it's not the fact that Pfizer may have cooked up a virus and vaccine, and they was really in their time diligently putting the effort in and had niggas working 36-hour shifts, barely making it sleep. They could have been grinding this whole motherfucking time, bro. Just the fact of the government's going to tell us we got to get it, and you ain't done nothing else, nigga. I also got to eat. You don't give a fuck about my food. I also got to live in a place to not die. You don't give a fuck about homelessness. Like, stop.
Okay,
Like,
right.
I just hate how, like, I know y'all don't give a fuck about us. Like, I saw it today, Crystal M. Ball from I forget the platform, The Hill. And she's on there. dude, like Japan has subsidized 80% of income for small businesses. They've done 100% of income in certain places. Like you could look at what other countries are doing because they truly give a fuck about their people. And I can only draw one conclusion. They want the dystopia in America. They want a larger gap between the poor and the rich. Um, yeah, they want a bigger one. I think they want it to literally like you're either eating caviar with Bezos or you're next to a dumpster that's on fire trying to get your hands warm. I genuinely believe that that's the polarity level to which they want. Look at Mitch McConnell's state. I think he wants all of us living like Kentucky, bro. Like that's genuinely how I feel that most of these motherfuckers.
Ain't Kentucky like 37th in education? Like,
Bro, Kentucky's 37th for everything, nigga. Like,
50.
ain't they 37th and being 37th, nigga.
It can't even be first for me last.
37th to being 37th, nigga. It's like, yo, where does these niggas rank at being 37th for overall all scales? Where do they rank being 37th? Out of being 37th the most on every scale, education probably they 37th, nigga. They 37th being 37th.
Like, shit.
Fucking with these niggas, bro. That's what I'm saying, bro. So like I said, like, so don't blame us that we don't trust y'all motherfuckers. We don't trust y'all. Y'all give us no reason to. You ain't giving us no reason to trust nothing you saying.
I ain't taking it, man. I already had it. I'm immune.
Like bro, I just found out Kenny just came through. He just pulled through.
What you mean?
I didn't even know. Kenny was in the hospital for 26 days.
About to say,
yeah.
Oh, Kenny had it?
I didn't know he had it, bro. I told Kenny, I was like, bro, I could have swore I talked to you like a couple weeks ago, bro. And I had just talked to him like early November. I didn't even know this man was in the hospital for 26 days. Fighting that joint. I was like, they put you on a ventilator. He said, nah, I didn't want him to do it. He said he just toughed it out. But basically, he said, I just stayed up struggling, breathing. Like he said, it's no joke. He said, it's no joke. Say, you don't want this shit right here. That's what he said.
No, absolutely, man.
So, you know what I'm saying? I'm glad he pulled through. I didn't even know he was in the hospital, bro. You called me today. So like I said, man, 2020, bro. 2020, man.
Yeah, well, you know, prayers to him, man.
Yeah, man. But it's I don't know. That's just very interesting, man. Because I don't know. That's like me being an ain't shit nigga my whole life. I meet one girl and I'm all of a sudden the perfect man.
Yeah, nah, you ain't shit. You always ain't been shit.
That's what I'm saying, but
you're just gonna be less ain't shit. That's all.
Less ain't
not
shit.
Not by much, but
that's ain't shit. 37 for being 37.
Than more than ain't shit.
But it's like, my whole history of being an ain't shit nigga has been categorized in movies, posters, newspaper articles. They just got whole write-ups about how Joel ain't shit. And then I meet this one chick and she's like, he's different with me. I'm like, you sound stupid. Like that's what the government wants us to do with this vaccine right now. I got all these different articles. Y'all ain't shit on no other front, but all of a sudden you pull up with the vaccine. Now I'm supposed to be like, yo, they got me. No, like stop.
Bro, and it's free. This ain't free. You said it's free,
bro.
Like
$3.99. Listen,
hell, I don't
listen.
Nah,
y'all have some of these states, bros. Y'all haven't even put the proper COVID restrictions into some of these places, and now y'all want to tell people to get the vaccine for COVID.
Holding out for the vaccine. What are you talking
Did you see that one
about?
priest, that one pastor who said, y'all just get the COVID and get over it? So this congregation, he told go catch that shit. Y'all just get over it, yeah. And he should have just been like, look, and if you ain't gonna make it, don't forget to leave your assets to the church.
Right, like this man just looking for a check. That's
bro. That's what I be looking at, dog.
With these motherfuckers. Right, we need
bro.
Church. I need church.
Literally.
Yeah, bro. Like I said, man. Like, oh man.
Nah, any pastor that's really rushing they congregation back, like, nah, they ain't real. They about the money. They expose themselves.
Like, look, man. Yo, I was trying to get that rollie for Christmas.
Oh shit.
You know,
Yo, the one with the bezel?
the bezel.
Yo, the one with the
Nah, what's that nigga? Remember Joe Osteen with the Rolly rules, nigga?
Yeah.
Joe had the Rolly rules, yeah.
So I almost forgot about that joke.
The Rolly rules. Do you remember that?
Like,
Were you part of that? Do you know
That
that
was
joke?
from a
Walt?
break ago.
I think
I
Walt
think
knows
that
that
was just
joke.
between me and you, bro.
Yeah, nah,
know that nigga
when Hurricane Harvey fucked up Houston, Joe Osteen wouldn't let
Mhm.
people at his church, right? So I made a joke about Joel where I was like, look, people need to understand he had the rollie on. You can't do nothing to help nobody when you got the rollie. Those is rollie rules. So when you got the rollie on, you can't be out here trying to be a philanthropist with the rollie on. He's like, you take the rollie. Look, when I want to give back to the community, I take the rollie off. But when I put the rollie on,
Get my
fuck
hands
these
dirty.
niggas. Fuck these niggas with the
Said
rollie on.
we out here like, can we stop by? Where?
All right. What
Yeah.
time you coming through?
Exactly,
Huh?
son.
Where you
Exactly.
trying to
Fuck.
come?
Oh, that neighborhood's too poor to drive through. This rollie rules, nigga. I get
Oh.
them the rollie rules, nigga. Oh man, son. So it's gonna be interesting, man. It's like
I'm
like I
not
said,
doing it.
I know there's gonna be a lot of black people who ain't take it. I'm like, I'm not gonna take it, but as soon as they tell me I can't do some shit, I'm probably gonna take it.
Yeah, no, I'm just
My thing is, it's like like I said, man, I'm just to the point where I'm just like, is ethnic cleansing beyond them?
nah, been there, done that, bro.
It's not beyond them, but
That's what I'm saying. Are they above the skepticism of genocide?
no, they're not. But
That's what
at
I'm
the same
saying. Like,
time, it's like
Oh,
the likelihood of it happening. I'm like,
I don't think that's what's going on. But I mean,
no,
it's
but I
happening.
don't think that's what's going on either. But if it's going on, we won't know until it's going on. So I'm like,
Nah, we
because
gonna
look,
yeah.
the one
No,
thing the
no,
media is
no.
not talking about, bro. Do you understand how much the wealth gap increased between white Americans and black Americans in this 1 year alone?
I'm sure. Thanks to some
The
tax
black
cuts.
unemployment rate is at an astounding marker. They said, I saw this other day, I think on the Sean King page, like if the white unemployment rate is what the black unemployment rate was right now, they have stimulus checks in the mail every day for y'all niggas. And that's what it's saying. So our death rate with this virus, our continuing rates of rising poverty in our communities, mitigated through this virus, black people, their unemployment, they can't find work right now. It's been gutted out from them. They're not providing any relief or any level with a stimulus package. And when they do, they just write checks to more rich white people. It's like I don't know, man. It seems like at some point, if you fucking up, and only one group of people seem to suffer when you fucking up, I gotta believe you're fucking up on purpose. It's a Southern strategy.
I mean,
You know, you say
oh,
nigga,
you
nigga,
take it
nigga.
like that.
You say nigga, nigga, nigga. Then that gets you in trouble. And then next thing, so you switch it up. You start talking about states' rights and passing laws in the state. You said you talk about all these economic plans, but you realize that the byproduct of them is that blacks get hurt more than whites. That's the Richard Nixon Southern strategy. So, you know,
I think that goes with anything in this country.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, yo, fuck Reagan.
Fuck all of them, bro. I'm like, fuck all of them. Fuck all of them.
Pretty much.
I'm done at this point. I'm like, come on, Sam. Like I said, how much more white mediocrity and privilege must we be forced to subdue ourselves to?
I don't know, but I'm gonna make some TikToks and let y'all know.
It's not gonna hit
how
for
that
you,
goes. Nah, I got some powder upstairs, bro. It's gonna hit.
You gonna put the white powder?
I'll jump in that joint real quick. I'm gonna be all right.
Oh, whoa.
Whoa!
Look out now. Look out.
Look
Oh
out!
man, just
Wow, you could really
Let
just
me get
dance.
this
here
money,
with my
right?
good friends Lewis and Joel.
What black girl did you steal that dance move from? Ah, man, you know what I'm saying.
If I told you her name, it's not stealing.
Black girl magic.
It's like if I told you her name, it's not stealing.
When my Ellen interview coming, son?
Exactly, son.
My lawyer said to not say anything.
my
Oh
legs.
man, son, that's what I realized, man. We should blame Ellen for this shit.
Ain't she the queen of like, hey yo, fuck these niggas?
Look,
I don't know. I don't
Ellen has walked. I don't know if Ellen fuck with niggas. She don't like. I don't know what's going on with Ellen no more. Cause
She fuck with rich niggas.
But also like
Yes.
she had a work environment that was terrible. Like, and multiple people were just like, hey yo, like it sucked working here.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how much to blame her because she really just seems like an aloof, rich
I'm just
white
saying, if you're gonna
person.
put your name on like a
I'm
television
willing to
show,
blame her
like,
for everything.
right, like
She was a white
I
woman
ain't cut
running
on
the
no
show.
slack.
literally you.
Like,
Yeah.
how much of the show is she really running though?
Like if right
Besides,
now we
the Ellen DeGeneres
like if we
show,
found
she
out
should
right
make
now
sure
it's
top and bottom.
exactly. We found out right now like it's like people hate working at the Daily Show. They gonna blame Trevor.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, blame that nigga left. Even though this show
Trevor,
existed so much before this nigga showed up.
The Daily Show with Trevor Noah.
Look, but it's the Daily Show first, nigga. Like, you know what I'm saying? They still gonna blame Trevor, even though this whole show existed before he got there. But if they find out under his watch, shit ain't going well, he out.
That's the thing. It's under the watch. It's
100%. So I'm with you. We blame Ellen for everything. It's Ellen's fault.
It is Ellen's fault. Fuck Ellen.
And on that note, my name is Louis the 15th.
Let me see.
Fuck Ellen. Yeah, that's whatever.
Oh, okay. Dang, we ain't talk about the albums again.
Oh shit.
We're gonna say that for the last Wednesday of the year.
Nigga, I feel like we not gonna do it at this point, nigga.
Nah. We gonna.
Are y'all still listening to the albums?
I got one more left.
Nah, I got sucked into this podcast real quick.
What'd you say?
I got sucked into a podcast. It's called Limetown. It's old, but
oh, you've been listening to it?
Yeah,
gotcha.
I'm on their second season right now.
Gotcha. That's what I'm saying, man. For me, I'm just like, I just think
microphone check 1 2 mic check.
Yeah, I think it's a good place to put a pin.
That's Freddie, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, we put a pin in it. I think we good. There's something else I want to say. I feel like there's something else.
We could have ended it at Rolly Rules for real. I feel like that would have been perfect.
Versus.
If only, but I feel like there's something we didn't talk about. So we touched on Floyd, Logan, all the pause, bullshit going on with Jemele.
Pause.
Yeah. I think that maybe that's it. Did Vlad, did everything trending. We talked about the young brother who got killed.
I think we covered a lot of ground.
Yeah, we did.
Keisha Cole and Ashanti. No, not Keisha Cole.
I was saying that for next week.
And Ashanti having a versus battle on Saturday, I believe.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be it. The Ashanti versus Keisha Cole.
Is it Keisha Cole or no? I'm sorry, K Michelle. Keisha Cole. K Michelle, we don't know who you are anymore.
We got the names all twisted up in the game, bro.
All right, cool. So I guess we can wrap this bad boy up.
Sure.
All right. This has been the TWEOM Podcast. Been your host, Joel Morris.
It's your other host, Louis the 15th.
And it's your other host, Walt Red.
Thank you for watching.
Big deuces.
Peace.